Wait now, wait. I don't see anybody on. I wish I knew how to share this. Can't you share this right now? Stop, Allie. Acting crazy. Oh. Hello?
Julie. Hi, Juliana.
Hello? How are you?
Good. Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you. How are you guys?
Oh,
Come here.
I'm good.
Get over here.
Can you hear me? Juliana's coming. She'll be here in just a minute, okay?
Can you guys hear me?
Here in just a minute. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Huh?
I'm good. I'm trying to.
I could barely see you even with my glasses.
Oh.
I know. You look good.
Oh, thank you.
How does it feel to be home?
Good. How does you too?
How's your auntie?
Oh, she's good. She's in Espanola.
Huh?
She's in Espanola.
Tell her hi for me.
Okay, I will. I will.
I'm so nervous. I can't even see.
Jules will be here in any. Oh wait, I think she's here. Hold on.
Okay.
Are you there, friend?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, friend. Can everybody hear?
Hello. Bubbles hasn't gone on. Hi, Angela.
Hi.
Is Bubbles coming right away or?
Yes. Let me go on record. You do it and message her on Messenger.
Okay, I'm gonna go message her real quick.
Okay.
Hold on. You and Angela talk for a minute. I'll be right back.
What is that sound?
It's from Angela's thing. I'm not sure.
Bubs. Rebecca Duran.
Hold on 1 second.
I was trying to make myself look like you.
I guess so, huh?
I was. I even wore my hair in a ponytail and everything. I said maybe I'll look like Bubs.
Okay, I sent her a message.
Okay.
I don't know. We need to figure out what that noise is.
It sounds like background noise.
Do you have a TV on or something, Angela?
Am I what?
Do you have a TV on?
No, I have everything off.
How weird. You hear?
We're
I don't
not
know what
on
it
yet, are
is.
we?
Oh, there she is. Hold on.
Awesome.
Hi, Bubbles.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Hey!
Hey, where's my straightener? Look how I had to wear my hair. Damn it.
Can you guys hear me good?
Yes, I can hear you real good.
I want my
Okay.
purple straightener.
Okay. So how is
Take my
everybody?
glasses off and hopefully- Juliana,
Yes.
look how I had to wear my hair because I don't have a straightener.
Hey, look at my hair. I'm showing out the skunk. Look.
Hi. Today's my day off, and I'm cleaning the house, so I really don't care what I look like right now.
That's right.
Right?
It's not what we look like, it's what we have to say, right?
Yes, that's right.
I can't see anyway, so
Yeah.
I took my glasses off. So I'm gonna know you guys by voice only. Yeah.
Okay, Rhiannon, do you want to go ahead and start?
Yeah, so who would like to go first?
Bubs.
Which one of you would like to go first?
Bubs. Bubbles,
Huh?
you first.
Okay. You want to go first, Bubbles?
Are you here for somebody? Who?
You.
No, she's talking to somebody that's at the door. Look, the gangster is going to come out of her.
Uh-oh.
Say what?
Just don't bring out the inhaler.
I think it's that house over there in the back. I'm kind of busy right now. That one.
I'm kind of busy right now.
I'll call him later. They're asking about the house that's for rent that I was gonna get at first, but it was too small. And then I seen this house and it's like wooden floors and everything, and I was like, no, I think I want this one. I don't. The other one's $450, but it's like a little studio just for like one person for real. And then this one is $550. I said I'd rather take 2 bedrooms, the wooden floors,
Yeah.
instead of that one.
You got a better deal.
Yeah.
Juliana, I thought you were Bubbles. Bubbles, I thought you were Juliana. Oh my God.
Come on, Angela, get it together.
I know. And I have my glasses on. Can you imagine without them?
Oh my God, you might get us right if you had the glasses off.
They don't have lenses, it's just the frames. I lost the lenses.
All right, so are we ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Bubbles, you're on first. Tell us a little bit about your story. How you may, if you want to, how you ended up in prison, how long you stood there, what your experience was like in prison, and what it was like for you to transition out, and what kind of advice do you have for other women and men coming out of prison, and like how can they better themselves and reduce that recidivism?
Okay. Well, first off, I have to say that how I caught myself was because Dad was in the hospital and we didn't really have, like, we had a bond when I was like a little old, but as I got older, we started to get separated. So we always fought all the time, and I found out that in the hospital for 3 different cancers, cancer, lung cancer, that I lost it. So
I think we should try to have some Angela mute herself real quick. Can she just mute it? No.
What happened?
Can you hear that noise? I don't know what that noise is.
Well, who's doing all? Anyway, I'm just gonna continue. Can you
Okay,
guys hear
go
me?
ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead and continue.
Okay, so I went to jail in Turkey for my, but it was under. So while I was in there for that, my dad had passed away. So I had a friend named Crystal Kelly that had a sugar daddy that bonded me out. I got bonded out, and then I don't know, like the whole sugar daddy staying over there, that whole thing wasn't a good thing. I ended up leaving. He ended up lying on me, telling Crystal that I stole from him and all kinds of crazy shit. But so from then I went on just running around the streets, and I ended up with the wrong crowd. And I don't know, I was still a little thuggish, trying to prove and my pride and just, wanting to be a badass just to do whatever and not realizing the consequences or who I would be hurting or what position I'd be putting myself in. But I ended up going to prison for second-degree murder, and I got a 15-year sentence. They suspended 1,337 days from county jail, and I did 11 years straight in the Women's New Mexico Correctional Facility in Grants, New Mexico, from 2016 till 2023. So I went in when I was only 22 and came out 33. So I had a lot of growing up to do. Like, I was still getting in trouble and everything in prison, but I feel like if you don't learn from your own mistakes, you're never going to learn from anything you do. So I don't know. I try to take that time to just figure things out on what it was going to be like when it was ready for me to get out of prison. And I remember several friends, including Juliana, that we had a conversation about, well, if they would just give me one chance to do right, I would prove to them that if I would get that one chance to show them that it's possible that we can become returning citizens and not just have the prison doors like revolving to us,
Right.
So when it was time for me to parole out, my baby's dad was supposed to come pick me up, and I was supposed to parole out to my mom on the reservation. Well, they said no, they didn't want me on the reservation. So I had to look for some programs to see who would accept me for me to get paroled out to. Well, I got a lot of denials, but one finally came up, and it just happened to be for all of us transitional improvements. And I got out November 30th for all of us. I finished the program, transitioned out. I got my own 2-bedroom house for $550 in Clovis, New Mexico. I got a job. I'm looking into joining maybe the railroad so I can make extra money, because I'm not going to sit here living paycheck to paycheck, I just feel you can do anything you put your mind to, honestly. Like, if you want to improve and make that change, you got to do the work, because if you don't do the work, then it doesn't happen. You can't just sit around and expect everything to come to you, like when you're returning back to the real world, I mean, everybody gets distraught and they're just like, oh, well, it's too hard. I don't think I can do it. I'm doing it. It was hard as hell. I made it. I got my own place. Like, I'm doing probation and parole already 8 months in, still doing good. Don't have no bad reports or nothing. So I'm hoping that within the next 4 months or so, or when a year comes up, that I want to ask them to see if I can final,
Yeah.
Good. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you because it takes a lot of courage to be able to do all that stuff. And I don't know if you have any family support, but it's hard, and I know that. And I'm very proud of you.
I don't have no support except from some of the people that I have met here in Clovis, and I have to say that there are a couple of friends like Eartha Hodge that I met from prison, Samantha Hogg, the people from the transitional house, like people from churches, like they helped me
The
put.
community.
Huh?
The community.
Yeah, basically, like my family's far away in Arizona and I'm all the way in Clovis. So it's a good place to do probation and parole when you don't know nobody. It's easier to complete, you know?
Yes,
But
because
if you go back to your old playgrounds and you know everybody, it's just so hard to concentrate and focus on what you have to do. So I feel like I'm at a good place even though it's so far away from my family, you know?
that's good. That's very good that you made those decisions, even knowing that it was going to be hard. And people in the community are going to help you. They're going to be willing. So you take advantage of that. People that are in the community, because people want to see you succeed, Bubbles. They really do, And I'm very proud of you. And if you ever need anything or you need to talk to somebody, because I know that it gets rough, I know I was there. I was living with my grandpa, and he was an alcoholic, and I couldn't live there anymore. I had to move out and live in a camping trailer for a little while. I was kind of like homeless for a little while. And then finally I applied and I got an apartment, but it's hard. The journey it's hard, but the end is so rewardful because you made it and you're a success story.
Yeah. I did meet this guy, like this Mexican guy, and he's been nothing but supportive and like helpful. Like he's the one that found me this 2-bedroom house. You know what I mean? And then like now he's gonna try to help me get a Cadillac. So I'm just
Dang, Bubbles, I want to go cruising with you in your Cadillac. No, just kidding.
What were some of the obstacles that you faced when you first got out?
I could tell you that when I got in the van for them to bring me to Clovis, like I just kept looking backwards. Like I kind of got a little distraught. I couldn't believe that I was out. I kind of just wanted to go back.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, it was. And
11
then
years is a long time, and then you come out to all this technology and everything.
Yeah, and then it was just I had to pull myself together through that whole trip back to be like, you know what? You have to do this. You want to do this. You can do this. You have to do this. Not only just for yourself, but for your family too. And I don't know. I just go to church, and by the good grace of God, I'm blessed.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's important too, to have like, a good foundation, and it starts with God, like I feel like a lot of people forget that, and that's very important.
Yeah, I gave myself to the Bethlehem Baptist Church here in Clovis, so I became part of their church.
That's good. It's real good.
That is good.
So what do you think, in your opinion, coming out of prison and doing as much time that you did, were you prepared to come out? And if not, what do you think that the prison system should change to help us that have done a lot of time and those that haven't done a lot of time to be able to transition out more easily?
They didn't really have any like that support or any of that for me when I was ready to get out. I just feel like you have more options on the streets for that than you do in prison,
Yeah.
So the resources are out there, I was getting them from Eartha Hodge because she was part of Project Echo out here in Clovis. So
Right.
I got a lot of my resources from her. She's still a big help in my life today. Like yesterday was her birthday. We had a little cookout for her. When I need rides or whatever, like she comes and she picks me up. You know, she just tries to give me the best advice and just be that role model. Like she's working 2 or 3 jobs now, and she's just like, Rebecca, you need to find another job, and she just keeps me motivated. Like she's just an inspirational woman, and it's just sad today too because the lady from the owner of the transitional house for all of us her mom passed away today. She got sick.
No.
I just got the bad news right before I linked up, and I just seen her yesterday. Like she was asleep in bed, and I was just so sad. And I don't know.
That's sad.
That is sad. That's good. That's like one of the things what we gotta do is we gotta stick around people that are positive, like Eartha, that are there to encourage you to do better, and not the ones that, I mean, you don't even need to go into your old stomping grounds. Just even girls that you know don't have that mindset of, I want to succeed, I want to become something better. You know what I mean? For myself, those are the type of people that you need to kind of like steer away from. You know, even if it's one of your best friends or a family member, you kind of got to steer away from it just so that way you can stay on that right path. And it's always good that we do have those are like what I call family. You know what I mean? Like Eartha and them, because they are there, they're helping you, they're encouraging you, they're giving you the resources that you need.
They're doing it to prove
Yeah.
to show that, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. Because a lot of times when we have other people that never walked in our shoes, we're like, you don't know what it's like, you know? And she does.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know who this is. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Somebody else is here. I'm not too sure if they want to speak or they're just trying to listen, but
They're probably just trying to listen.
yeah, it's fine. Hello, we just welcome you.
So there's another thing that I want to say too. Like,
Okay.
I know my friend, my right hand, Pamela Davis. We had this conversation before I left, and she's like, Bubbles, she's all, please do not go out and overdose on fentanyl. And I looked at her and I said, you know what? Just because I have an addictive personality, and that's what it's been since I've been in prison, doesn't mean that I'm going to go to something that I've never tried before to ruin my whole life. You know?
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen. I said, I've never done fentanyl. I'm never going to do fentanyl, and I'm not going to try it. So it doesn't even matter. That's not even going to be a part of my life. That's not what's going to ruin me, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I hope not, and I wish you the best. She's like, but if you show me that you can do it, then you'll give me hope that I can do it. You know what I'm saying? So I carry that on the back of my head a lot, that I have to prove and show a lot of the women and men that it is possible. Like, if you want to change, make that change, different outcome, different results, you know? But as long as you just stay in that sad, sobby, like, oh, I'm never going to be shit, nothing's ever going to happen for me, nothing's ever going to change, I'm never going to have anything, like, that's not true at all. If you can't strive for it, you have that motivation, that ambition, just, I'm all alone. Honestly, like, I'm not in a relationship with nobody or anything. Like, I'm just focusing on me and trying to do me, work on me, and just build up of what I need in life to be on the streets. You know?
Yeah.
So,
That's good because you're so young and you did a lot of time, and you doing that, you're setting an example for Pam and all those ones that have a lot of time that can come out and say, look, Bubbles did it. You're young, and that's good that you're trying to be a good example for them, because it's hard. It's easy to just say, hey, I'm gonna go do this or that. It's the harder thing to say, I'm gonna live right, and I'm going to make the right choices, and I'm going to do the harder thing because it's the right choice.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true because like my rap sheet in prison wasn't good. I was bad. You guys know I was bad. I was fighting all the time, drinking hooch.
I know they moved you out of J unit because you were getting in so much trouble over there to F unit. Remember? I remember, poor little Bubbles. I used to
And
feel
then I got
bad.
transferred.
And then it's so hard because you want to go see all your friends over there, and you have to it becomes a mission, right? You're over here stuck in F unit. You guys don't even have rec together. It becomes so crazy.
Yep.
Hey, tell me
Yeah.
about one of the worst things that you ever seen that you encountered when you were in prison. What was like one of the worst things that ever maybe even happened to you or that you've seen?
I would have to say experiencing the women that took their own lives because they didn't have that motivation to continue to see life differently. That was really heartbreaking for me. Like when Marissa Yazzie was there, like, everything was great. Like, I don't know. And then she left. She got out of prison. She got all messed up. Don't know what she did. Came back and she was just gone. Like, so that was sad. And she had a conversation with Pamela Davis that she just didn't feel the same anymore. So after she had that conversation, then a couple of days, then that's when she took her own life. So
She took her life in prison?
yeah, she hung herself.
I didn't know that.
I knew about that.
She was RDC and she gave all her stuff away to a lot of the people, and they thought she was just being nice. And in the camera view, it shows how she's setting everything up, and they didn't even bother to look to see.
Dude, that's so that's so messed up because they should know. Like when she was giving her stuff away, the CEO should have said, "Nah, something's going on." They should have put her you know what I mean? And she just needed to. Oh man.
Well, she already went to property. What is that? I don't know. She said she needed a timeout, so she went to property and they put her back there. That's when her and Pam had their conversation, but they said that her body was covered out there for at least 15 minutes in the pod with everybody locked down.
That's so sad.
That's really sad. There was another girl that did the same thing in CCA too. When she was in segregation, she got a lot of I think it was a year that she had to do back there, and she ended up killing herself in segregation too. I forgot her name.
I mean, it's I don't know how to explain it. All I can say is if you're not serious about your mental health and you don't want to get help, then nobody can tell you anything. Like, you have your own opinion and everything, and you have some people that are just like, you don't need the medication, so don't take it. You know what I mean? It's no good for you. Like, it doesn't do anything. It just messes you up. No, that's not true. Like, you really do need to get your mental health state situated in order for you to focus on anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta work on yourself and get yourself emotionally, physically, mentally all together in order to make it work. I don't know. I can't do it without God. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, definitely. That is so sad. Just to do as much time that we did and to hear about all the women that have passed away. There's even women in there that do a lot of time and then they get out or right before they're about to get out, they pass away from some kind of sickness, or they didn't get the proper medical treatment. You know what I mean? They're just gone. Or you got the ones like Mama Bustos that have tried to get out, try to get out, try to parole to her daughter. You know, they all know that she took the son's charge, and she just keeps getting denied, and then she just passes away. You know,
That
it's
was
sad.
sad. Yeah. Mrs. Bustos, if they would have let her out, she was doing her parole in there. That's what she was doing. She was finaling her parole in there. And if they would have let her out, she would have probably not died. She would have had the proper medical care, and she would have been with her family. You know what I mean? She probably wouldn't have died. It's just really sad.
Or even if she would have been with family. You know what I mean? Her daughter,
Yeah.
her grandkids, you know?
Yeah. She would have got to spend that time with them.
Yes.
That's sad. That's very sad.
And another thing for me too that was hard for me is like my baby's dad passed away, and he was supposed to come pick me up at prison, you know, but it's just things happen for a reason and the way they work. I don't know why they do and why God works in mysterious ways, but he put me in that program to get structured and to have people help and show me that I am capable, responsible, like I can do this. All the lady kept telling me, Miss Cherry Gooch, was, Rebecca, you're on fire. You're on fire. Ever since you got out of prison, you already had your social security card, you already had your birth certificate, like you had all these things already, and you got your ID. I got a job within the month that I was there. Like I became the house manager there, and then I don't know.
That's good. That's good.
Just keep going, taking one day at a time, just step by step, just thriving, wanting more and more. Like, well, if I can do this, then I can get more than that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's right.
So what I'm doing now is like my son just graduated from high school, from Wisconsin, and my sister-in-law didn't let me go. She said that he made his own decision, that he only wants the people in his life to attend his graduation. Like that was the hardest thing for me, like to not fall and want to give up, because like that's what's keeping me motivated is my son, like to get that relationship, build that bond, just something with him. So I'm just sitting back on the sidelines waiting until he turns 18 next month. And if he reaches out to me or whatever, like I'm just gonna offer the opportunity and just tell him like, hey, I have a 2-bedroom house. If you want to come be with me, like come, you know?
Yeah.
God has his own plan. You know, everybody always has like their own alternative or whatever, but you know, and you stay true and faithful to the plan that God has for you and your son and your family. And you know that's to be together.
Yep. That's why I'm working hard at what I'm doing right now, to just stay above and not fall and go back to prison, because that's not where I want to be.
That's good.
Yeah. Prison took too much. The system took too much of our time, too much of our lives for us to go back. It's time for us to live life out here.
And there's nothing in prison for us. Like there's nothing there for us. Except to be locked down, yelled at, mistreated, misguided, judged. And just like I was saying, like if I could see the correctional officers that told me that I wasn't gonna make it, I probably would give them a bird right now and tell them, here's 8 months to what you said that I was impossible to complete, you know?
Yeah. There was an officer in there that told me the same thing, that I did too much time, that I'm institutionalized, that I'll probably come right back. You look at me. You know, look at me now. I finished parole. I successfully, not one violation. I have a family now. I have kids. I'm married. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing good. You can't stereotype everyone in the same category just because some people keep coming back and forth. There are people that are driven in there that want to better themselves.
Yep, you guys are, that's exactly right. I think that we represent like the 10% of the prison that are trying to be successful, that are trying to get our stuff together, that are really trying to make it. You know what I mean? And I
Right.
think that that's why it's important for all of us. We need to tell our stories and we need to be able to be vocal about it. So that's why this space is created, you know, and I'm very proud that I'm proud of you, Bubbles, everything that you're doing, and you're going to make it. And one day you're going to be like, hey, guys, guess what? Me and my son are going out camping or something like that. So don't ever give up hope, okay?
And I also like this platform too because it shows a face of somebody that has been locked up. And it could be an everyday face that you see, you know what I mean? Because we have such this stereotype, this society has such a stereotype of what a prisoner looks like. And a prisoner could be anybody. It could be you, it could be our grandma, it could be our mom, you know what I mean? Like it shows the world that anything can happen to anyone. We're not all bad people, you know, we just made a mistake, we paid our dues, and now we're out.
Yeah,
Yeah, returning citizen.
Yep.
that's right. Okay.
Thank
I'm
you so
gonna-
much, Bubbles, for sharing your story. Please
Thank
stay
you.
on.
Yes, yes. I'm going to unmute Angela now so that she could share her story with us. Okay, guys?
Sounds great.
Time for my story.
It's time for you, Angela.
Huh?
It's time for you.
I know, but I don't think we have enough time for my story.
Yeah, we do.
It started a long time ago. Yeah, a long time ago. Let me see. The first time I went to prison, I was on probation, and my PO made me go tour the prison because he thought if he made me tour the prison, it would scare me and not want to go there. 2 weeks later, I was in prison after I toured it. I was bad. The first time in prison, we had a warden that just spoiled us. He let us do whatever we wanted. We had dances. We had everything. We could wear our own clothes. Drugs. Oh boy, I was in RDAP, the drug program, 6 times the first time, and every single time was kicked out. I got kicked out all the time. I couldn't do it. I was bad. I was really bad in prison. And I went in for trafficking, kidnapping, robbery. I robbed Western Union while I was out on bond for my trafficking. And oh my goodness, I did so much. I should still be there with all the shit that I had. I got out, I escaped, I took off. Got 5 more years when I was down to my last 2.
Wow.
I don't even know where to go from. It was bad. We were spoiled the first time. So like Julie said, you go back. Well, yeah, I was expecting when I went back this time, 13 years later, for it to be the way it was the first time. It was an eye opener this time. Because everything I did the first time, I was on it. They used it against me this time. So if I went anywhere, I had 2 or 3 guards with me. I went to Springer, the warden didn't want me there, sent me back. I didn't have enough points, they sent me back to Springer.
Oh my goodness. What happened? What happened?
What did she do?
I don't know. She must have came off. Maybe she'll hop back on. I'm not sure.
Can
I
you?
wanted her to talk about because it was crazy. The old prison, they used to have your families used to be able to send in comforters and like packages and like, do you remember, Jules? I don't know if you were there at that time, but it used to be like wild. They used to have dances and the thing and like,
Yeah, on Fridays they used to have dances as long as you didn't have no disciplinary reports. You were.
Okay, there she is. There she is.
Where did Bubbles go?
I don't know.
Hi.
Okay, go ahead, Angela.
I had a lot of points. I always thought that I wasn't gonna go to SIG. I ended up doing a lot of SIG time. I was fighting with everybody. I thought I could just fight with everybody for no reason. And I would always say, "Oh, I'm fighting with you because I like you." No, I was fighting with you because I wanted to be a bully, and that was not good. I don't know what to say. This time, I got 9.5 years for shoplifting. I went to prison last time for shoplifting, 9.5 years. I should have been on probation. I don't know what's going on.
They gave you 9 years for shoplifting?
I got the 8-year habitual and 18 months for the shoplifting because my record from the first time was so bad. They're not supposed to use it against me, but they did. They did. Yes. So
that is insane that they could give you that much time for shoplifting.
They gave me the 8-year habitual. I've already done the 1 and the 4. I got out the first. I got out on parole. I went to prison the first time. I think I was out 7 days. 7 days on parole. I went back. I finished my time. Got out. I had to do court. After I final number, I had to get out and do drug court because I decided I wanted to leave the prison. It was just crazy. So I got 9.5 years for shoplifting this time. And it was an eye-opener, let me tell you. It was awful. It was nothing like what I thought it was going to be from the first time. The first time, yeah, I did deserve the time I got because I had 3 traffickings. I had kidnappings. I had robbery. I had things that nobody would expect me to do. I did. And I thought I'd never get caught. I did. I had pastors taking me in cigarettes. I had, oh my goodness, it was crazy. And I could never get away with anything. I always got caught. I was one of those that always got caught. Yeah. Well, you know.
They were watching you.
Huh?
They were watching you.
Yeah, because.
Or she was talking.
I was always in trouble. I couldn't stay out of trouble. The first time, yes, I deserved my time. This time, I don't think I should have got that much time. I think I should have got probation. I was out 13 years before I went to prison the second time. And it was an eye-opener. Everything was really prison this time. Everything was gray. And when I went to SEG, I was allowed 2 books a week. So I'd read 10 pages a day because I wanted the books to last. It was ridiculous. The food sucked.
Goodness.
The food really
You did a lot of SEG time, huh?
A lot of SEG time. I was always in SEG. Always.
She didn't know how to stay out.
I didn't.
She was a bad girl.
Yeah, I was. And I will admit it. And I always heard everybody say,
oh, there it goes again. It was like that when I was trying to talk to her on Messenger too. Like, I was like, Angela, do you still have problems with technology? And I was like, there is a actual symbol of a camera that has 2 arrows in the middle. I was like, push on that button. I said, and then it'll turn the camera on you. I said, you have it the other way. And she's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I was like, calm down. Yes, you can. Look for that symbol. And then she did it. And I was like, okay. She's like, but I don't want you to look at me because I
I
don't.
need to get the old-fashioned phones that you hang on the wall. 'Cause
The rotary one?
I can't even. Yeah. So I would always hear somebody say, "When you're ready to stop everything, you'll know it." I'm 60 years old, and I started getting my life together because I knew I was ready now. But it took all this time, and everybody hearing me say over and over I was gonna do it, and it's to the point where nobody believed me because I would say it so many times I never did. And now that I am doing it, nobody believes me. So I have a lot of proving to do. A lot of proving.
You don't
And
have
I-
to prove it
and-
to
and I
nobody,
believe when
Angela.
they
You
say-
have to do it for yourself.
When they say you'll know when you're ready, it's the truth. You know when you're ready because I'm ready. I was ready. And I've been doing good. I am fighting cancer right now, but I'm gonna beat it because I'm a fighter. I have a dog.
That's good.
Yes. And
Where do you live at?
I stay to myself. I try not to really let people come over and visit me. I try not, because if I go back to prison, there is no more habituals. I will do life. So I'm not going back to prison. I'm not going to die in prison. I'm going to be out here. I'm going to do good. And I'm hoping that somebody will listen and say, you know what, if she can do it even at 60 years old, you could do it too.
That's
'Cause
right.
It can be done. It can be done. You just got to want it. And it took all this time for me to want it. And like they say, it's never
So
too
what do
late.
you say it was that kept you going back to your old lifestyle?
What did you say?
What was it that kept you going back to your old lifestyle?
What took me back to my old
What was it?
I liked it. I liked it. I liked doing
She's a
drugs.
party girl. Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it. There's no
Sometimes you know when you like the fast life, you know, sometimes it's just
It was appealing to her.
And if somebody told me not to do something, that made me do it even more because I don't like to be told what to do. That's why I was always in trouble. So you tell me not to do something, I'm going to do the opposite. Now you tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do what you told me not to do because I do not ever want to see the inside of a prison again, not even as a guest. Not even as a guest.
yeah.
Right.
This time was an eye opener. The guards were so disrespectful to us. If they didn't like you, you were fucked. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If they didn't like you, you're in trouble because it's awful. It's awful. So either you got along with the guards or you're in trouble the whole time you're there because they're gonna mess with you.
Yeah.
And the girls, there's a lot of young girls that are going, and I feel so bad because you see all these young girls there, and they have no idea what they're doing.
And a lot of them now don't know how to do time.
They don't.
They never
They
know
go
how to
in
do
there-
time. Just kidding.
No, and they're in there and they want to be doing all kinds of stuff, and then they go back because
Yeah.
they're comfortable with it. They're comfortable with the fact that their laundry's done, they get their food cooked, they get their clothes, everything's there for them. And some of them out here don't have all that. They don't
Right.
have a home, they don't have family. So they want to go back to prison, so they have all that. And in there,
Right.
everybody's family. They call each other sister, mom, grandma, this, that, So
That's true.
yeah, I would never let somebody call me mom or something. I have a daughter and a son. Nobody else is going to call me mom. And I never let nobody call me mom in prison. Never. But you see a lot of it.
Yeah.
Or that's my sister, or that's my brother. Brother, we're all women there.
Mhm.
Who's your brother?
Right?
Yeah. But that's their family because that's all they know. So they want to go back and be with their family, what they
Yeah.
call family. And it's
Yeah.
sad because they're
Yeah.
all so young. They have lives out here. Some of them have kids, more than one. And they want to be in prison with their brothers and sisters and moms and grandmas. And It's terrible. I hate it. And I hate to see all these young girls going there. And a lot of them get a lot of time because they don't just commit a small crime, they get big crimes.
Yeah. What was one of the craziest things you've seen?
Oh my goodness. 1 or 10 of them. Which time? This time or last time?
Whichever time you want to talk about.
One of the craziest things I seen. When we had a riot the first time I was in prison. When we had a riot, the girls were hitting the guards with cokes in the socks. They were putting cokes and rocks in socks. And as the guards were running out, they were hitting them. And we had a riot. And they were tear gassing us in the yard. I don't know if any of you were there then. I don't think any of you were there when that happened. It was
No.
Yeah.
We had a riot. They had to close all of A unit at CCA just for lockup because of everybody having to go to lockup because we had the riot.
Wow.
First time I even
What were
heard
you
of
guys
it.
rioting?
The guards. We were rioting the guards because they were so disrespectful to us, and it was so the girls went outside. They took their socks and they would put rocks in their socks. They would get cokes out of the coke machine. They were putting cokes in their sock, and as the guards would run out the door, they were hitting them and knocking them out. Yeah, it was bad. It lasted probably like 3 hours. They couldn't control it. The National Guard had to go in. And I was only there. I had just been out of RDC maybe 2 days when that happened. So I was freaking out.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Well, that's what I call a real prison.
Because everybody was hidden. Yeah,
Dude,
it was crazy. A riot in a women's prison. I'd never even heard of that. But I
Right?
was there. I seen firsthand. National Guard was flying over the yard and tear gassing us. It was terrible.
Wow.
Guards were laying out on the. Okay, I think when you guys were there at CCA, the yard was split up. When I was there, it was all one big yard. It was huge. Girls would be out.
No,
there
when I
bathing
was there, it was
suits.
one big yard.
Oh, so you were there when it was one big yard? Okay, well,
Yeah.
they were tear gassing. They were tear gassing us. And it was crazy. It was terrible, terrible. Girls would be out there. We had a sewing class because I worked in the gym. And girls were sewing bathing suits and going outside and sunbathing, and yeah, we could wear our regular clothes then. We could have
Wow.
jewelry, we could have perfume, we could have our regular clothes. Our family would send us comforters. We were comfortable.
Comforters and pillows.
Our rooms were decorated like we were at home. We had
You would have those JCPenney pictures, huh? Where they'd come, JCPenney's would come and take pictures.
Yes, that's one thing I never did. I took in the whole time I was there, maybe I was in 2 pictures. I didn't really. I wasn't excited about showing off in prison on pictures.
Yeah.
And girls would get all dressed up, put their makeup on, their hair done, like they were at a studio, you know?
It was mainly for pen pals.
Yeah. And then they had this prison, women in prison. It was some kind of app where the men would want just women that were in prison.
Yeah.
They were
Basically sugar daddies.
They were sugar daddies, yes. And I had 3 of them. I had a pastor,
Hurrah!
I had a doctor, and
There's lots of men out there that want to support a woman that's in prison.
yeah,
It's weird. It's like a fetish for them.
yes. And we didn't even know them. And
Yeah.
I had everything I needed. I would tell the preacher that a perm, because we had a beauty shop back then where you could get perms and your hair dyed, and I would tell him a perm would cost me $50 and it would cost 10.
Yeah.
Or a hair color, and I tell him it would be $100, let's say.
That's what we were trying to get back with Hickson, remember?
Yeah, and
With Hickson, we were trying to get that beauty shop back, and she embezzled all that money. Yep.
But we had all that the first time I was there. We had everything. Mr. Snodgrass spoiled us, let us do whatever, because he
Yep.
treated us like human beings. He was a good warden. I can't say that he was a bad warden, because he was good to us. He was strict in his way, but he didn't treat us like we were animals. He didn't
Yeah.
treat us any different than he would treat anybody else out there.
So you guys both were involved in the move from CCA to state, right?
I got moved 3 times.
What was it like for you guys?
It was scary because I went and then they sent me back because I shouldn't have been there because I have the escape charges. So they sent me back. He said he was going to give me a chance when they interviewed him, the warden, when they interviewed him, because I think it was TLC that filmed it. And he told them that everybody deserved a second chance. I don't know. The next day, my stuff was packed at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was going back to Western.
That's
Dang.
sad.
After he said that. Then they sent me back to Springer and then back to Western. I don't know how many times I moved. It was a nightmare.
I got moved twice.
You thought it was fun? I hated it.
And for you, Bubbles?
Well,
Once I was at Springer,
I was there when we were at CCA. And then I got 4 years to go. And then I got in trouble in Springer. When they sent me back, and I went back again.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Once we were at Springer, it was okay.
I really didn't like the warden, the lieutenants, or any of them, and they didn't like me either. So I just
No.
basically asked your facility, sent me back to West.
When we first got there, the women were going crazy. I don't know how many guards got fired and walked off because the women didn't know how to
I
act
was
around
got
there.
raped over there in Springer too.
The
What?
women didn't know how to act. So they would get the men in trouble, and we winded up having hardly no guards there.
What?
The same thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and
same
we got
thing
raped
when-
in a situation with officers.
Yes. When we went to Fort Stanton, they sent us to Fort Stanton the first time I was in prison. Like 6 girls got pregnant by the same guard.
Oh my God.
And we all had to go back to CCA because it was on the news and everything. He got almost everybody pregnant, the same guy, and he was married. And we were volunteer firefighters and everything. We had it made there, but they had to screw it up by getting pregnant.
Man.
It was the same guard that did it. It was crazy. I mean,
I preferred Western over Springer
I think I
100%. I hated Springer.
I didn't
Me
like it because I
too.
didn't like the way we lived. Our bunks were not even a foot apart. We were right
Nope.
next to each other. We had no space to put our stuff.
You
No.
could smell the other person next to you.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
The guards would be asleep or nodding out over our boxes, and it was terrible.
I had guards over there asking me to borrow my spork. I was like, what? You're not going to use my spork? Go to the cafeteria and get your own damn spoon.
Yeah, you're on the street. You don't know where your mouth's been.
Oh, the hell?
There was a guard doing a shakedown. It took him like 6 hours because he nodded out over the box the whole time. He couldn't. He was nodded out.
What?
It took
I
him
wonder
6
if it
hours
wasn't
to do a
Senior.
shakedown. Then he found coffee and thought it was heroin, and it turned out to be.
Oh my God.
Yes, it was bad.
Oh my God. Oh no, that's crazy.
So Springer, I don't know. Springer had its ups and downs. We had good food. We had a good cafeteria. I didn't like the way we lived.
Yeah.
The chapel was okay, but the chaplain there too. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
he was. Hey, Angela, did you hear that Cindy Henley used to buy food for him and like cook food for him?
Yeah.
For real?
Oh
Yes.
yeah. One year for Christmas, she got her whole package and she took him half of it.
Mhm.
The guards knew. The guards knew.
Yeah. It was like I said, it had its ups and downs. But when we got there, so many guards got fired and walked off because the women didn't know how to act around them, because some of them have been in prison for so long, they see a man and they go crazy. And the
Yeah.
man goes, yeah.
The girls are dumb.
Mm-hmm.
They act like they never seen a man.
Exactly. And look, and then
And
the
they
man,
act like it's gonna go somewhere.
it was, yeah.
They act like they're gonna win something.
Mm-hmm. And of
And
course,
they ain't winning anything.
we winded up, when I left, I think there was like 8 guards at Springer total, because
Wow.
everybody was getting fired. We had one commit suicide. It was over a woman, right? I think.
Was that Purdue? Was that Purdue, Angela?
No, it wasn't Purdue. It was
Hey, you wanna let me out?
and he's another one. He got raided at a hotel with an inmate, and his wife was watching. Oh my God! No, it was who was the one that committed suicide? I can't remember. He shot himself at a dollar store in the head. He went and
Oh my
planted
God,
it
I
in the
remember.
puppy.
Who was it?
I can't remember who that was. His wife
That's
found out
crazy.
or something. Yeah. Even the captain.
Come here. Come here.
I mean, everybody was.
Vina.
Hey,
Come
the
on.
captain would be walking around with the warden at 2 in the morning, huh, Angela?
Huh?
The captain would be walking around with the warden at 2 in the morning.
Yes. Yes. And he got so mad because the warden gave me a chance. Remember the what acting warden, and gave me a
Vina,
job,
come here.
and he was so mad.
Come sit down.
Yeah. And
He
now
was
I
Leah,
heard Miss
you need to get out of the
Bernal.
way. Get her and bring her over here.
I believe Miss Bernal sued Captain Gonzalez because it was in the paper about a month ago for sexual harassment.
What?
Yes. She
Miss
sued
Bernal, the cop,
Miss
the
Bernal.
CO.
Yes. Yep. And she won. She won a lot of money for sexual harassment on the captain.
Good.
It was in the paper.
Was it?
Mhm. That's the kind of stuff that we had to put up with. Yeah. And if they didn't like you, you were in trouble. I would never ever go back. Like I said, if they even asked me to be a guest there, I would not do it. I do not even want to see the inside of that prison ever again. Western, we had a tower. We've never had a tower before.
I know.
It was bad. Escorted everywhere. Whoever, if anybody's watching this that's never been to prison, please listen to what we're telling you. It's not nothing nice. It's not nothing you want to go see. It's nothing you want to live through, because it's terrible. It's terrible. The food, the kitchen is full of roaches and mice, so you don't even know if that's in your food or not. It was bad. It's not nothing that you want to experience.
Right.
And you're escorted everywhere you go. There's gates everywhere. I did most of my time in lockup this time, and that was terrible. 2 books a week, so I would have to read like 10 pages and then put it down, and just to make the books last. It was awful.
And when you're in seg like that, you don't get commissary, huh, Angela?
No, you don't get nothing. You just get the basics, your blanket. I don't even remember if they gave me a pillow. I think that they took my pillow from me. Your shower shoes. They took my tennis shoes. That's it. And their shampoo. You use the prison shampoo. You don't get conditioner. You don't get lotion. It was terrible. I had to leave. I finaled from SIG. So I couldn't even comb my hair when I left. I couldn't even comb my hair. I left just from SIG. No makeup, no nothing.
Wow.
That's
So
crazy.
you don't want to. I just hope that somebody's hearing us and they don't go and they learn from this, because I know I learned my lesson this time. 5-minute phone call every 3 days, and they timed the phone calls. And at 5 minutes, it cuts off. A shower every 3 days, 10-minute shower. So if you want to
And you
shower,
barely get to go outside too every other day, huh?
yeah, but I never went because it's terrible. And then you have to be shackled everywhere you go anyways, and handcuffed. So even if you went to the yard, you were in a little cage with shackles and handcuffs. So, and shower shoes. So it was terrible. Never ever again do I want to experience that. And I hope none of us ever experience it. I don't know about them. Hopefully somebody's listening, and at least even if one person listens to us, it's worth it.
That's right.
Because I sure hate to see my daughter there. You see mother and daughters there and stuff, and it was so sad. I would never want to see my daughter in a place like that. I don't know what I would do.
Yep.
Or any of my family for that matter.
Yeah.
So you can't. Now you don't even get mail. Our mail goes to Florida, and then they send us a copy of our mail. So it takes like 2 weeks to get a letter from here, from Albuquerque to Grants, when it used to only take 1 or 2 days. You don't even get mail anymore.
That's so unfair, huh? And that's all because they were trying to smuggle the boxing in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
We do it to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
If you really think about it, we do it to ourselves.
Yep. Because
All the stupid shit that the women think that they're gonna get away with and they don't, they're the ones that lose all the privileges.
Every time I went to SIG, it was my fault because I wanted to fight with somebody, or I wanted to do this, or I wanted to do that. And then I regret it. And I had nobody to blame but myself. Nobody.
Yeah.
You don't even get a pen. They give you a pencil that's you could barely hold to write letters. So, and if you don't have family out here sending you money, then it's terrible. And we can't
Learn how to
depend on our
hustle.
families. We can't depend on our families because we put ourselves there. They didn't put us there. So they don't have to support us in there.
You're right, Bubbles. You got to learn to hustle in there
Mm-hmm.
to be able to have things.
I was doing ironing this last time just to have soups and honey buns or whatever. I would iron people's clothes. I've never stooped that low before, but I had to do it the hard way this time.
Aww.
Yep. The first time I had it made, I had sugar daddies everywhere. You don't do that no more.
Yeah.
So now that I'm out here and I can do what I want, I can open my door when I want, leave when I want. So it's so good. I can walk outside and I have shackles on my feet. I don't have to go to the hospital with guards around me and everybody staring. I'm a normal person now. I just got my rights to vote again. About 2 months ago, I got a letter saying I could vote. You know how long it's been? Probably like 35 years since I voted.
That's good. I'm so proud of
Finally
you.
got my rights back. And when I got that letter, I just started crying because I was like, wow, 35 years ago is the last time I voted. And now I can
Wow.
vote again. That's how long it took me to learn my lesson. I wouldn't even
That's
know how
crazy.
to vote. When I voted, it was all in writing. Now it's machines. I can't even use my phone. I can't even use my
Technology.
phone. I'm always asking people to help me because I don't know what to do with it. Yep. So when I go
Wow.
vote, it's going to be a machine. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to ask somebody to go in the room with me and vote. Close your eyes so you don't see who I'm voting for. Yeah. Because it was all in writing last time I voted.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on and sharing your story. Hopefully, women will listen and learn from our mistakes, instead of having to go through it.
Yes. And it's never too late, but try not to wait as long as I did.
I hope somebody was listening and got anything that we said, you know?
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
Thank you
When
guys.
I
I'm
met
so
Bubba, she was a
grateful. It
little
was good
girl.
to see you guys.
You too,
Yes.
Ryan.
So happy to know that you both are doing well out here and you guys are making positive lives. You know what I mean? Positive. That's
When I met
always good to
Bubba,
see.
when I met Rebecca, she was a little girl. I was a teenager. Now I'm an old lady and she's middle aged. That's how I understand. She was a little girl when I met her.
Well, ladies, I do appreciate you and letting
Have
me
a-
join. I really enjoyed the time.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank you guys
evening.
for asking
You're
me to do
welcome.
this.
Thank you.
If there is another time that you guys want me to, just let me know.
And I'm sorry for the way I was with you in prison. Hopefully, it'll be different now that we're out here. Because I was mean to
Yes,
you, and I know I
Angela.
was.
Yes.
I know I was, and Juliana too. I was mean to her too. I'm so sorry,
Of
guys.
course. Well, you all
I'm
have a
sorry.
wonderful night.
You guys too.
I
And thank you.
Thank
All right.
you. Anna, there's somebody else on named Anna. I don't know if they want to say anything or no. I think they're just working, yeah?
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited. You guys are welcome to join anytime. We're on Mondays and Thursdays every week.
Okay. I wish I would have seen Miss Gwen last week or the week before. I really wanted to
Is
see
it
her.
at 8 o'clock every time?
Yeah.
8
Okay.
o'clock.
I'll
Come
be on
on.
next week. I'll
Awesome.
be on next
Thank
week.
you.
Awesome. Well, then we'll see you.
Okay, love you guys.
Thank you guys for
Love you
listening.
too. Good night.
God bless you. Good night.
God bless you.
Good night. How do I hang up?
You just press end.
Okay. Where is it?
Bye, Angela. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, Rianne. I will see you more now. And I'll be nice, I promise. But you gotta be nice back, okay?
Yes, I will. Thank you,
I
Angela. I
know.
appreciate you. We'll see you.
Well, bye.
I'm
I
so
don't know how to
proud
hang
of
up,
you.
so
I'm very proud of you.
thank you.